What is an NSFW story you would like to share? I was 16 living with my mother and sister. My father had only recently been kicked out of the house as divorce papers were being created. To keep my mind off it, in the middle of the night, I took my mother's keys and drove across town to pick up my GF at the time. We grabbed some food at McDonald's and re-entered the house via my window. It was a school night. The plan was to just stay up all night doing exactly what you think, and we did just that. A total of 6 times. So naturally, I now have 6 tied and used rubbers that I couldn't fathom disposing of anywhere near my house. So I did what I thought was clever and put all of them, plus the wrappers, into the McDonald's bag. I then dropped said bag out of my window to be disposed of at a later time. Important details about my window. It faced the driveway and the air conditioning unit was almost centered about 2 to 3 feet away from the window, giving enough room to walk behind it. The whole window had landscaping and bushes taller than the standard AC unit, which were used to hide said unit. So there was no possible way a human could ever find the bag or see it from the road at any angle. Now, what should have happened? My mom leaves with my sister to take her to school at 7 a.m. I leave at 7:30 a.m. with girlfriend and meet neighbor who drives us to school where I would throw away my anonymous bag of stress relief. What actually happened? After school, my mom picks me up, which is unusual because I take the bus home every day. She takes me to McDonald's. In the drive-thru, out of the blue, she says, "Son, I don't know how else to ask, so I'll just ask. Are you banging?" I come from a very religious background, but my mother is and always will be understanding. I had no issue saying yes, but what I had completely forgotten about was the McDonald's bag. I didn't take it to school that day to dispose of it. Before I could even answer my mother, my phone started to ring, and my mom started to place the order. Lo and behold, it's my girlfriend's mother calling me, yelling into the phone that I had her daughter take Plan B. Now, when it comes to frisky stuff, I'm as safe as can be. Always use protection. The GF and I decided that she should take it after one hot session where my refractory period was so small that I was able to keep going after going once already, without removing the rubber. I had read you should never use a rubber more than once, and though I was confident we'd be okay, I wanted insurance. Oddly enough, the mom was a nurse, but was angry because Plan B could cause an abortion, and what if she was allergic? So I politely tell the mother that her daughter and I had done our research and made a very informed decision. I actually spent about 5 minutes explaining my vast knowledge of the pill because I honestly did care. She had no words to say and respected me from that day forward. Since my mother was sitting in the car next to me, she heard the whole thing. After the call, my answer to her question was obvious. Her reaction was one I'll never forget. She didn't shame me. She praised me for being so knowledgeable and using protection. I love you, Mom. So anyway, she started to bring up why she asked if I was banging. She said something along the lines of, "Now, son, you know I'll always love you. This morning, after I got home from taking your sister to school, there were used rubbers scattered around the driveway." The divorce had been pretty messy, and she went on to say, "So I called your father and asked him if he had done it. He said he didn't and came over to see it for himself. Then he picked them up and threw them away." I had never been so wide-eyed in my life. My mouth opened and nothing came out. I didn't want her to know I had someone over, so I told the truth with some important details left out, with the story essentially being I had no way to get rid of them when we were done, so I took them to dispose of later. She had no reason to not believe me, and we laughed really hard. Then I ate my McDonald's. To this day, we don't know how it happened. My guess is that raccoons in the area smelled the lingering odor from the bag, and upon finding no food, just got really angry and tossed them everywhere. Bonus: I'm 21 now and have since moved out. My mother called last week to inform me that she had to have AC repairs done. When they took the case off, there were 2 more rubbers on the bottom of the AC platform. She thanked me for embarrassing the crap out of her yet again. She said the 2 repairmen tried to act like it wasn't there, but you couldn't not see them. Only then did it strike me that she never mentioned how many were picked up the first time. So yeah, that was a fun ride.